to all of you. Those of my acquaintances, especially my friends, who know me well enough, are fully aware of the fact that I am an animal lover. This is often observed by the posts which I venture to post even onto my own profile, and also love to share with some of my close friends. Therefore, it is not surprising that from an early age I often watched documentaries on lives of various species of the animal kingdom. I'm particularly fond of the cat family as a whole, both small cats like pets and the wild ones, even the ones which belong to the top of the food chain, or food chains in plural, like the lions and the tigers. When I watch documentary on the pride of lions, many a times I observed with keenness that when lion seedlings, the male ones, are in peace with each other and they patrol their territories, the rest of their pride are at peace, because most of the other animals, with the exception of a few, are afraid of them. And even the species of their kind do not usually venture to violate their territories. So it is with our world, when two great powers, they are in unity and work together, the world can hope for a peaceful time as well as a peaceful future. But if some great powers, whether they are military powers or economic powers, they are in conflict, they treat each other as enemies, as adversaries, the world loses the hope of peace. This was the case during the Cold War, when two superpowers were at enmity. Like the pride of lions, when those seedlings fight against each other, various other animals take advantage of that situation. The hyenas come and take a bite of the prey. Foxes and jackals do the same. And even vultures and other species of the bird kingdom take advantages, even the very small ones. And so it is with the global, economical, and military powerful countries. I am utterly ashamed to admit that two great countries, one is gigantic in size, the other is a very powerful and strong military power, which sent even a remote-controlled rocket and ensured its landing onto the south pole of the moon in the very recent past. And now, instead of being in close friendship and maintaining peace, they are more interested to dispose the diplomats from their countries. True be it that we should not tolerate criminal activities, whether this is committed on the territory of the country opposing such criminal activities, or its agents commit such acts in a foreign country. But expelling diplomats is very unlikely to solve the problems. Like during the Cold War, two superpowers were fighting against each other. Two very striking and indeed exclusive members of the Commonwealth are falling into the same trap today. It is not merely a sad incident. It is tragic. It is indeed unpardonable. What a pity that when the symbol of this great and indeed well-known Commonwealth is speaking out for peace, for unity, against injustice, against invasion of tyrannical powers, two members of the Commonwealth, instead of appreciating peace, are violating peace. What a tragic incident. This is not the time of the members of the Commonwealth to fight against each other. It is the time to draw each other closer to each other than ever before. It is the time to work together for peace in the whole world. These countries can only maintain their national pride if they first come forward to exercise humanity in its truest, yes, I reiterate, in its truest sense. Recent flooding in Libya, recent earthquakes in Morocco, and early earthquakes in Syria, and most certainly in Turkey. Tornadoes in various parts of the world, typhoons destroying population, sites, villages, towns, buildings, endangering people, famines in various countries ought to be taken far more seriously. Yes, I reiterate, we should not allow any country to invade an independent country while being member states of the United Nations, and in order to honor inter alia Article 51 of the UN Charter. But we must find diplomatic solutions instead of violating the peace of the world as a whole. Expelling diplomats do not solve such problems, but sitting down of diplomats are far likely to solve such problems readily, effectively. This is my prayer. This is my hope. And thus I call upon, with all due respect, upon the leaders of the world, including the prime ministers of those two countries, to come forward, inviting each other to maintain peace, concord, and unity. This is my prayer for this night. May this be my prayer for the rest of my life. While I remain, most humbly, with all due respect and regards, in service of my fellow human beings, even my global citizens, the citizens of those countries now in conflict. This is my prayer, my most humble prayer. And I call upon the nations of the world to ensure that these two members of the Commonwealth do not fall apart, but learn to appreciate the significance of their memberships within the Commonwealth of Nations. I thank you in anticipation for your kind understanding, and bid you the protection and justice of the same Creator who created all of us, this world, and all the countries therein, and the universe as a whole. Thank you once again. Good night from my country.